Algebraic equations with combining like terms and using the distributive property. This is a digital lesson, and this one is basketball themed. So the lesson starts with explaining to students that algebraic equations with like terms and distributive property are not difficult to solve. Before we begin to solve for the variable, we need to simplify first by combining like terms that are on the same side of the equal sign and distributing any terms outside parentheses. So we're going to start with combining like terms. As long as like terms are on the same side of the equal sign, we can combine them. So here we have 2x plus 7x gives us 9x, and then we just have a one-step equation to solve. This is another example, 4y, negative 6y. If we combine them, we get negative 2y, and again, then we just have a one-step equation to solve. Students are going to start on slide 4. And they're just going to type their answers into the text boxes. So here we have 18r plus negative 13r. That gives us 5r. So they're just going to type in a 5. Now we just have a one-step equation to solve. Same thing here. We're going to combine negative 5w plus negative 2w, which gives us negative 7w. And then they can go ahead and solve that. They've got more problems to solve on slide 5. They want to pay attention to these different variables because they're going to use them on the final slide to solve a basketball riddle. And then some more to solve on slide 6. Now when we get to slide 7, now we're going to be looking at the distributive property. So before we can solve for the variable, we need to distribute this 2 to every term in the parentheses. So we're going to get 8x plus 6, and then we have a two-step equation to solve. The students are going to do that on slide 8. So they want to distribute here 9n negative 27. And then they have a two-step equation. They're going to add 27 to both sides of the equal sign. And they get 9n equals 54. And then they can go ahead and solve that. Same thing on the next slide. Distribute the 7 first. And then when they get to slides 10 and 11, they've got both distributive property and then combining like terms. So they want to distribute first, and we do that here in this text box. Then they're going to combine like terms, and then they're going to go ahead and solve the equation. So they want to distribute first and then combine like terms. Now when they get down to the final slide, they have a basketball riddle, and then they have all of these solutions. So they're going to go back through the previous slides, find these solutions, and then they're going to type in the variable that it equals. If they've done these correctly, they will solve the basketball riddle. So that is algebraic equations, combining like terms, and the distributive property, basketball themed.